Okay, so off we go.
I've spent a long time, like everybody else in my classroom, trying to find the best way of asking the right question, the right time to increase learning. And what I found was, although I'd researched a lot about questioning, I'd gone through every type of questioning, actually my pupils came back and they wanted just a really simple focus. And this idea of extending or challenging. So if a pupil answers a question, you don't ask the next pupil a question, you ask them to extend or challenge. And they find it really, really hard to begin with. And then they really get the idea. I had a new pupil in my class and I asked them, if you don't understand something, write a question. 45 questions later, this student had a running commentary on the lesson. So what we did next was I asked pupils to write their own questions for learning objectives, for homeworks, all of those things. And it was okay, but it still wasn't great. So I started using these kind of things for starters. You know, ask a question. Rather than answer a question, ask it. And then get another student to answer it. And that increased learning. This question formulation technique, both Take Holes and David Dido have got different versions of this on their blogs. But it's excellent. If you use it to set questions, pupils doing a project on Judaism, I've taught this for 15 years. And instead of me setting the questions, them researching it, going away, I asked them to come up with questions. My favourite one is, are Jews allowed pet pigs? And does circumcision hurt? Boy, question. They came up with all these questions, and what they did was they put their learning together. I basically said, right, go and find your partners, go and find how the learning fits together. And what they did was come up with this. We've used Solo a lot in terms of putting learning together, but they've done this all by themselves. This was actually done in the cover lesson, I wasn't there. And they've put all this learning together, they showed their learning, they've put the links together, they've explained them, they've then put this together as a whole project that they've then shared with other students, other schools. And this is the process that we go through in lessons now. I very rarely set questions. They set the questions, and then we go through this process to try and refine them. The other thing that we do in lessons is if they come up with a question they really want to know the answer to, somebody writes it on the board. And then I don't answer that question, other students do. And the question on the right there, can deaf people hear their conscience? If you have an answer to that, then please let me know.
Thank you very much. Thank you.